Outfielders make themselves heard while tracking fly balls in this game we call Mind the Gap. Place 2 cones in the outfield about 30 feet apart. Then, divide the team into 2 equal groups, lined up at each cone. You stand in between the 2 cones, about 20 feet away, with a ball. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks.
Here we go. You guys ready?
The players in one line are the primary fielders, while the players in the other line are the backups. Tell the first 2 players in each line to get into ready position. Then, lob a ball high in the air, aimed directly between the 2 cones. As both players run towards the center, the primary fielder calls out for the ball.
Got it. Good job.
While the backup gets out of their way but stays ready to grab the ball if it's dropped.
Woo! Good backup.
Whoever gets the ball throws it back to you before the next 2 players are up.
Ready, set, go.
Play until everyone's gotten a turn as both a primary fielder and a backup. Then swap roles and play again. Remind players that there's no such thing as calling too loudly for a ball.
Got it, I got it. Way to go, good job.
Stay silent and they may wind up colliding with a teammate and missing the play. With parents, coaches, and fans at the ballpark, the actual game can get noisy.
There you go.
So encourage them to make themselves heard.
There we go.
There's no telling where fly balls might land in this game we call the box. Use 4 cones to create a large rectangle and place a 5th one in the middle. You stand at the edge of the space with a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing with softballs or baseballs, this game is the same. Here's how it looks. The first player in line starts at the center cone facing you. Throw a shallow pop-up to one of the 4 corners. The fielder runs to catch it, using the proper footwork and tracking angle. Once they field it, players must throw the ball back to you and track down your next pop-up. Each fielder gets 3 tries before the next player is up. Give players a point for every ball they catch. Then, challenge them to beat their score in the next round. Tracking down fly balls is one of the keys to success in the outfield. Players should be ready to explode in any direction once the ball comes off the bat. Remind fielders to turn their belt buckle towards the ball and run to where they expect it to land.
There you go, great job.
Batters work on hitting for contact in this classic game called Pepper.
You got to spread out a little bit so you're ready to field the ball.
Divide the team into groups of 4 to 5 players each. In each group, 1 player is the hitter, and the others are fielders spread equally apart 10 feet in front of the batter. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. On your call, one of the fielders tosses an underhanded pitch to the batter using a foam ball. They try to hit a grounder to one of their teammates who fields it and tosses it right back. If they hit a fly ball that lands in a fielder's glove, the player who caught it rotates in for the next at-bat.
The guy who caught it, he's up, he's hitting.
If the batter swings and misses or hits a home run over everyone's heads, they're out and swap roles with a fielder. Play short rounds about 2 minutes long. Whoever lasts the longest at the plate wins. Remind players that this game is about hitting for contact, not power. After all, not every at-bat calls for a grand slam.
Oh, home run, next hitter.
Encourage hitters to choke up for more bat control. In the actual game, that could be the difference between fouling off a tough pitch and whiffing at it.
1, 2, 3.
Pitchers practice control within the strike zone in this game we call right on target. The first pitcher in line climbs the mound with a baseball. You set up behind the plate as the catcher. Here's how it looks. On your call, they begin delivering the ball to home plate. Have them throw 12 pitches, trying to hit different imaginary targets with each. First, they throw to each of the 4 corners, up and away, down and away, up and in, and down and in. Then they throw one right down Broadway, before finishing up with a pitch middle-low. They should throw 2 pitches to each target in the strike zone before moving on to the next. Give them 1 point for every strike they throw on target and challenge them to beat their high score in the next round. If players are struggling to hit their spots, remind them to line their glove arm up with their target to steady their line of sight, helping to keep their head in place and their eyes locked in on the strike zone. Players sharpen their throwing accuracy in this game we call Four Corners. Divide your team into 4 groups and send each group to a different base. Everyone has a glove. The first player in each group gets up on the bag. Whoever is at catcher gets a ball. Whether you're coaching baseball or softball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks. On your call,
Go!
the players throw the ball around the diamond, from catcher to first, to second to third, and back to home.
Catcher will step, throw, catch, turn, step, throw, catch, turn, step, throw, all the way around the horn.
After 2 rounds, change the order. Now going from catcher to second, to first, to third, and back to home. Play 2 more rounds before the next players in each line are up.
Next group up.
Count how many times the team can throw the ball without dropping it. Remind them that the best way to whip the ball around the field is with a smooth transfer, moving the ball from glove to hand in one fluid motion. In the actual game, that can be the difference between getting the out or allowing a run.
MOJO on 3. 1, 2, 3, MOJO!
Keep your eyes on the ball, both of them. This is 2-ball. Circle up your players so they're standing equidistant from each other without gloves. You stand in the middle of the circle with 2 balls, 1 in each hand. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks.
You up first, big guy. Let's go. Ready?
Make eye contact with the player and underhand both balls to them at the same time. They must catch 1 in each hand before underhanding them back to you. Keep track of how many successful catches they make before a ball hits the ground, then challenge them to beat their streak next time. Once they get the hang of it, volunteers can take a turn in the middle. You can make things more competitive by giving players a point for every ball they catch. Whoever has the highest score after 5 rotations wins the round.
There we go.
Sure, most players would rather catch softballs and baseballs with their gloves, but that's not always possible. This gives them confidence to barehand the ball when necessary, like catching an awkward feed while turning 2.
Pitchers refine their accuracy and control in this game we call knockout. Line up pitchers behind the mound and give the first player a ball. You stand behind home plate as the catcher. Here's how it looks. The first player climbs the mound and throws a pitch.
Nice pitch. Strike.
If it's a strike, the pitcher is safe and goes to the back of the line.
Oh, a little outside. Now this person got to throw a strike. You're still in it until they throw a strike.
If it's a ball, they're on the hot seat and the next player is up to pitch. They can knock the previous player out by throwing a strike. But if they throw a ball, the first player is safe and suddenly they're the one on the hot seat. The game continues until only 1 ace remains atop the mound. Good pitching is about more than throwing hard. Knockout shows players that whether they're playing Little League or in the majors, painting the corner can be just as effective as a blazing fastball.
Ah! Go, boy.
Players dial in on their hitting mechanics in this game we call soft toss slugging. Soft toss hitting is a great way for players to transition from hitting off a tee to hitting a moving target. It also helps more advanced players focus on specific parts of their swing. You set up 4 feet to the side of the plate with a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing with softballs or baseballs, this game is the same. Here's how it looks. The first player in line steps into the box and gets into a strong, balanced batting stance. You soft toss pitches to the hitter who takes smooth, quality swings. After 10 swings, rotate hitters.
All right, next. Here we go, Julia. Here we go. Hands up.
Ask players to keep track of how many solid hits they can make in a row. Then challenge them to beat their streak next time. Remind players not to pull their head out early.
All right, so listen what happened, okay? The ball's here. You kind of turn your head a little bit. I want you to see the ball, keep my head here, and stay my hands through the ball.
Holding their head still will allow them to keep their eye on the ball longer, resulting in more contact and better luck at the plate.
Good job, good job.
Outfielders practice cutting runners down at the plate in a game we call throwing seeds. Place a trash can on its side at home plate, with the opening facing the field. Line your team up in the outfield, and stand 50 feet away with a bat and a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks. The first player in line gets in ready position in the outfield, with their legs moving and knees bent. Once you hit a ball to them, they have to field it before trying to throw it towards home and into the can. After throwing, they return to the end of the line and the next fielder is up. Play a few rounds, making sure to hit grounders and fly balls, so your team gets experience fielding both. Whoever gets the ball into the trash the most times wins. Players love any chance to compete, and some friendly competition between teammates is healthy. But if they're struggling to get it in the trash, remind them to use proper form. Elbow up, glove pointed at the target, and let it fly. Fielders practice catching fly balls at each position in this game we call Pop Quiz. Your team takes the field with players at each position. You stand in front of home with a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Set a target number of consecutive pop-ups for the team to catch.
Ready!
Then throw fly balls all around the field at random.
That's 3! We got 2 more!
To win, they must hit the target number of catches without the ball hitting the ground. If anyone drops the ball, they all have to start over at 0.
All right, starting back at 0.
Some players may copy their favorite pros and field pop-ups with one hand. Remind them that the only way to make it to the show is by securing the catch with both hands, like this. And tell them to make their voices heard.
Be ready. Call the ball. Ball, 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 ball. If it's coming your way.
Even when there is no doubt about where the ball is heading, it's important to develop good communication to avoid any errors in the actual game.
Jog it in right here. 1, 2, 3, MOJO!